Welcome back to the Bullion Breakdown. Guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about gold and sort of how I've adjusted or pivoted this year. And I wanted to highlight some of the results of that and talk a little bit about why you would want to switch your gold buying from the traditional 1 ounce into more of a fractional, even though you know you're going to be hit with more premiums. So it's a pretty interesting topic because I am a gold stacker that, I'll be honest, I have more 1 ounce coins than I do of any other size in my stack. And coming into this year, I definitely had an objective of starting my fractional journey and even looking at gold bars, which I hadn't acquired up until 2023, which you can see here. So there's really three reasons why I switched. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. The first is, and I'll go through them here quickly and then we'll talk a little bit more in depth. The first is price. Just baseline acquisition price is a reason why you would want to consider moving from, say, a government-backed coin into even a 1 ounce bar here, or even further down into the fractional level of half ounce or a quarter that's represented. The second reason is liquidity, right? So if we believe, and I do, the price of gold is going to go up, then a 1 ounce at $10,000 becomes a bit of a challenge to liquidate. And I think at a higher level of price for gold, the fractional becomes far more liquid and easier to manage on a peer-to-peer level. So there's some advantages there. The third reason is, believe it or not, future tax management and implications, right? So again, everything goes based on price. And if I believe, and I do as a gold stacker, that the price of gold is going to significantly increase over time, and there's taxation at, say, the $10,000 level, then you better start rethinking your gold strategy, right? And diversifying and making sure you have some fractional. So that's really what, again, I wanted to talk about today. So let's just get into it. So I mentioned price as the number one reason why I had started to switch this year. The price of gold had skyrocketed and it was very volatile earlier this year. And I'm a regular stacker. I contribute regularly to my future here. And I had to make an adjustment just based on the price. I could not justify the high price at the time in my own head. Stacker of one here. And I also had objectives and goals for silver. So I had to make some sacrifices. And this right here is just on pure price, cost per ounce. I went and, I still wanted to, at that time, achieve a 1 ounce purchase. And I wanted to do it at the absolute, base price that I could find at the time. And believe it or not, it was a Pamp Swiss piece. But it was the generic Pamp Swiss, which I like. Actually don't see a ton of. You always see the Lady Fortunas and, what have you. But so I was out looking for 1 ounce maple leaf bars, believe it or not, but they were much more expensive than this. I think about $40 at the time. So number one reason is price. You go out and you try to continue your journey and find the best price for yourself. In this case, for this round of purchasing, for me, I achieved the lowest possible 1 ounce price. So not fractional, but definitely bargain hunting, right? Then I went down a step and I went into the half ounce. And I've done videos about this, but I absolutely wanted to start my fractional journey and I wasn't prepared to go to the quarter level at the time. So I went to the half and I'm quite happy. I have a number of half ounces here. This is my oldest one, a 93 maple half ounce. But beautiful. So like number two, right? The number two reason, let's get into that, which is liquidity. These coins, as you step down in weight, become more liquid in the peer-to-peer market for sure. From a dealer perspective, they'll buy any size off you and they'll give you a price for that. That's not a problem, at least that I foresee in the future. But definitely a step down there in total price. The half ounce, the quarter ounce, the 10th ounce. You can maneuver in and out of that piece if you would need to. So that's number two reason. Number three is, again, based on price and based on forecast, It is future taxation. So depending on where you live, there may be tax implications. I know here in Canada, you're not taxed on the purchase or the exit as long as it's under a limit. I believe it's 10,000 here. So, if the price of gold, if we anticipate the price of gold to skyrocket as stackers, and I certainly do again at some point in the future, then I want to prepare myself for the exit. And one way to prepare yourself is to diversify, move down in weight, right? And be able to have hopefully some flexibility, assuming none of the rules change significantly. You'll have some greater flexibility in this country, Canada, to be tax-free. So that's the third reason that I'm moving or maneuvering my stack to contain and hold smaller type size of gold pieces. So really interesting. I'll just go through those three again, guys. The three reasons why I have adjusted or pivoted my gold stack here in 2023 were based on acquisition price and based on future liquidity on the exit, and also potentially, depending on where you live in the world, future taxation management is what I would bucket it as. So there you go. There's the three reasons why I've adjusted in 23, and these are three of the outcomes from that adjusted strategy. Guys, I hope you enjoy this content. It's been another episode here at Bullion Breakdown. There's lots more on the channel. Hit like and subscribe if you want. And I look forward to showing more on the next one. Until then, guys, stay awesome.